Are probiotics really the miracle cure everyone sets them out to be? Maybe. But today we are going to have a little bit of fun and we're going to break down some truths and some myths about probiotics. Now, if you are new, my name is Naria. I am a functional gut health registered dietitian that loves to talk about gut health and helps her patients who are dealing with frequent flare ups and gut dysbiosis. If you're new to the gut health world, why is gut health, digestive health important? Well, your gut does determine your immunity, helps with digestion, controls your hormones and metabolism. So, we do want to make sure that we are prioritizing since it really dictates a lot of important things that may affect our day to day life. So, let's get right into it. Now, the first one, all probiotics work the same for all individuals. That is not the truth. Why? Well, different probiotic strains have different effects, and depending on your actual needs, is going to determine if you actually benefit or not. For example, Lactobacillus rhamnosus is linked to weight loss, while Bifidobacterium infantis is linked to great healing of IBS. Now, the next myth. You only need yogurt for probiotics. I know a lot of individuals say, Naria, I'm having my yogurt, I'm good. Now, I will say you should have yogurt every day if you can tolerate it, but you do need more strains. Now, remember, the big thing of digestive health is diversity. Now, why is this important? It's important because if you're having different fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, kefir, you're getting a variety of strains. And if you have a variety of strains in your gut, I can tell you that your digestive system is going to be better than most of the people you know. Myth number 3, probiotics instantly fix gut health. The truth is, it can take weeks to months to have a real impact. Now, some of my patients have told me that they experience differences maybe 1 to 2, 3 weeks, but sometimes it does take time. And depending on your condition, you may want to hold your horses on certain probiotics, like if you have the condition SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. You want to be very careful because you may be adding more microbes to an already overgrown population. So again, you want to be careful with when you add them and wait because it may take a little bit longer for you to experience those benefits that a lot of people experience. Myth number 4, probiotics can replace a bad diet. One of the biggest things I've seen in practice, and by the way, guys, if you're new here, I have worked with over 10,000 human beings. Many people will try to take probiotics while eating pro inflammatory food 2 to 3 times a day, like it's going to fix it. I'm going to tell you right now, if no one's ever told you, you have to have a healthy diet. Your diet is the key to everything. Taking whatever supplement, if it's $10, $100, 150 or more, won't really matter if your diet is pro inflammatory. When you're working on this healthy diet, you should really consider your fiber intake, which I preach about all the time on my Instagram. Why? Because fiber is a prebiotic that feeds microbes. So, for example, Akkermansia feeds on polyphenols. Think of like red pomegranates. And Akkermansia actually helps reduce inflammation and may help with weight management goals. So if you know that these little microbes like fiber, prebiotics, feed them and avoid giving them pro-inflammatory food, which doesn't really make them happy. Next myth, probiotics are a one-time fix. The truth is, gut health is dynamic, and stress, diet, your medications, your sleep patterns, your history of antibiotics, your current microbial balance, all these things really do dictate your need. In my practice, I personalize everything from functional stool testing to creating my patient's probiotic because there's so many different factors. So you may hear your neighbor say, "Hey, I love this probiotic." You take it and you say, "It absolutely did nothing." Because it did, you have to consider the whole story and think of, why do I even want probiotics the first time? That should be one of your first questions when it comes outside of basic fermented foods. Next myth, More CFUs, colony forming units, means better probiotics and it must be a better product. The truth is quality over quantity. One of my favorite forms of probiotics are spore form probiotics because you'll see that the CFUs may be less, but they actually are able to survive and get to the small intestine. So let's say you get a regular probiotic, most of them may die in your stomach acid. So by the time they reach the small intestine, if it has 10 million, there might be one or two. But with spore form, they're smart little things and they can actually survive to reach your small intestine. So if it's 10 million, basically about 99% of them will actually reach your small intestine. Now, let's get into a few truths of probiotics. Truth number one, certain microbes help with hormonal balance. Friends, this is true. A lot of my patients come to me with hormonal issues and digestive issues, and I tell them, let's focus on your gut and let's see what happens. And I can tell you so many times we are not even focusing on hormones, and those issues, those symptoms, those daily affecting symptoms start to reduce and disappear because it starts in the gut. Truth number two, probiotics can aid with weight management goals. Yes, they can. Now, I do want to just mention that your diet is number one. If you have a trash diet, no product again is going to support this. You need to have a healthy anti inflammatory diet, period. Now, that being said, taking the right product can support that weight management goals. So, for example, Lactobacillus gasseri is linked to reducing belly fat, while Akkermansia, super popular right now, can improve metabolism and insulin resistance. This is huge, especially for those who are pre-diabetic and are diabetic. Now, these strains enhance fat metabolism and reduce inflammation. Guys, that's why I say when you're thinking of what probiotic, you need to be mindful and have a game plan. Don't blindly buy products that a neighbor bought or you saw a TikTok video. Honestly, no. Be mindful, and that's when you start to see the real benefits. Next truth, gut bacteria can affect blood sugar and diabetes risk. Yes. For example, Akkermansia, again, such a popular one, but it can improve blood sugar levels by, again, improving insulin sensitivity. Next truth. Certain strains can help with chronic flare ups like IBS or even autoimmune and skin issues. This is very true. So, for example, one of the most popular ones and the ones I always recommend is Saccharomyces boulardii. It can help those with individuals with IBS, especially those who always have flare ups or have a history of C. diff infections. Next, one of my favorite truths, probiotics are only part of the solution. If you're not meeting your prebiotic, aka fiber goal, you're not going to reap those benefits I mentioned. Remember, prebiotics are the food for the microbes. The microbes are alive and they need to eat. Prebiotics include onions, bananas, fruits, legumes. Think color. Feed them the color and they're going to be able to thrive, and you will be able to reap those amazing benefits. Last truth, stress and sleep directly impact your gut microbes. Why? Well, stress increases cortisol, which harms beneficial gut microbes like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. Remember, poor sleep weakens your gut bacteria diversity, making the imbalance worse. So if you're already dealing with flare-ups or SIBO, IBS, IBD, and you don't have healthy sleep patterns and your stress is high, those issues will be there forever. You need to prioritize these things that I'm teaching you, and I'm telling you, your digestive system will be able to thrive. In conclusion, friends, not all probiotics are the same. And I hope that when next time you pick your own probiotic, that you're really thinking about it and you're being mindful. And apart from that, that you create the right conditions in your digestive system for them to be able to thrive. Remember, if you take a probiotic and you're not feeding it, it's not going to thrive. You're not going to thrive. So what can you do today to reap the benefits of probiotics and all their amazing things? Well, think a variety. Think a variety of probiotics. So all the fermented foods I mentioned, make sure to have them, the yogurt, the keto, the kefir, the miso. Have a variety of probiotics and also feed them. Consider your fiber goal, friends. I keep preaching about this because I'm telling you, most people I meet are eating under 10 grams of fiber, and then they're complaining and suffering the consequences of an unhealthy gut microbiome. Probiotics eat prebiotics, fiber. Consider both of them if you're really focused on your digestive system. Curious to know my favorite probiotic? Well, my favorite probiotic is Megaspore from Microbiome Labs. Now, I do want to say that the probiotics I recommend for my patients are personalized based on their functional stool test, meaning that I get the results of their functional stool test, we send it off to the lab, and the lab actually creates their probiotic. But if I'm working with someone who maybe can't do it or doesn't want to, then the spore forms are actually pretty solid. I'm curious. Comment below if you've heard of spore form probiotics, and I'd love to hear your experience with this. If you found this episode valuable or you know someone who has no idea about probiotics and prebiotics, make sure to share. Don't forget to subscribe. And till next time, friends. Bye.